What's up, everybody? Welcome back, man. It's your boy D-Friend. We back in the building. Episode number 71 of the D-Friend Show. This is the 7,000 subscriber special. So if you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, if you're listening to the audio, I appreciate everybody who takes the time out to listen to the show, stream the show, and share the show. But if you're not a part of the 7,000 people that are subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Make sure I'm posting notification every single time that I post here on the channel. You can also get the audio versions on SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes. So, finally hit 7,000. I've been thinking about 7,000 for a while because the YouTube journey has been a long, long journey. I remember when I first started out doing YouTube, I was just fucking doing reaction videos to random ass shit, just trying to get a buck, trying to find my way. I think I started this YouTube channel like 6 years ago, probably like 2015. And I was doing cringy ass reactions. I was doing reacting to like Swedish rap or just all that cringy shit you see on YouTube, reacting to random ass shit. That's the type of shit I was doing. Then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do commentary, do my podcast. And ever since I've been consistent, I've slowly but steadily seen the subscribers growing and growing and growing. So I appreciate anybody who subscribes, watches, likes the video, and comments on the video. But today, what I want to do is just react to a bunch of videos, because I was just waiting to see a bunch of people's reactions to the Rittenhouse trial, see what they were going to say, see their opinions, see if they're going to tell the truth. I just wanted to see, because my stance on trial. I think that what happened in the trial was what was supposed to happen. From everything that I've seen, the evidence in the videos that I saw, it looked like clear, plain-cut self-defense, in my opinion. So I got a couple of images. I don't know if I want to watch the videos first or do I want to read the tweets out, because we got some great tweets. You know what? I'm going to do the tweets first. So this tweet comes from the one and only Colin Kaepernick. And the thing with Colin Kaepernick is, I'm not even like an anti-Colin Kaepernick guy. I'm not like an anti-kneeling for the anthem guy. I don't give a fuck about shit like that. It doesn't really sway me either which way or whatever, right? I thought what he was doing in the beginning was admirable. When he got to the whole extra shit, I don't want to play in the NFL, then I do want to play in the NFL, then they give me a tryout and I'm moving it here, I'm doing here, it's all the spectacle. I don't like shit like that. It's either you do it or you don't do it. You want to be a part of it or you don't want to be a part of it. And I respect it more if you say you don't want to be a part of it, because you said multiple times it's a white supremacist, racist system, but you still want to be a part of that system. It just didn't make sense to me. That's where my kind of went in with this new Netflix documentary. That was cringe. But anyways, this is some of the tweets that were I was able to gather. We just witnessed a system built on white supremacy validate the terroristic acts of a white supremacist. The only further validates the need to abolish our current system. White supremacy cannot be reformed. So my first thought process with this is like, I'm still confused on where. And if anybody can link me, like I'm not afraid to be wrong about this situation, because like I said, I don't know Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't give a fuck if he is a white supremacist or not. But can somebody please link me the information that leads everybody in the media to lean towards him being a white supremacist? Somebody please, if you watch it on the replay, if you watch it on the live, you watch this on the audio, someone link me where you for sure factual know this guy is a white supremacist. Is it just because he's white? And you are saying that he was at a Black Lives Matter rally and he killed 3 white people, so that's why you think he's a white supremacist? Like, what's the basis for being a white supremacist in 2021? Because when I think white supremacist, I think about the actual motherfuckers who don't fuck with black people, actually want to create laws to ban black people from, not even black people, anybody that's not them, Jewish, that's a white supremacist. Some little dumbass white kid that comes over to a place where his grandma, daddy, and whatever live to protect business, I don't look at that as a white supremacist motherfucker. That's just me. But Colin Kaepernick believes so. We also got some other tweets from a guy named Eli Mistel. He says he was on Joy Reid show coming up tonight on the Read. I had a bunch of people that were on the show. They had a round table discussion about it. He said, hey, look, I'm on with a whole bunch of people whose lives have been made less safe by Rittenhouse verdict. I just don't get it. I just don't get how his life is now less safe unless he thinks there's going to be a mass wave of people using this to go into protests and kill people. I don't really think that's going to happen. Just as we saw with what's up boy's name? George Zimmerman. I think George Zimmerman should have went to jail for what he did. But as we see George Zimmerman got off, I didn't see an influx of people walking down and killing black kids. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but this overwhelming fear that it's going to happen, we did not see. Shout out to Flying Low, man. It shows people don't look at fact. They just don't. They're not even look like it. Doesn't even make any sense to me when I see some people post about this entire scenario and this entire situation, because they're not even speaking from any factual point that was laid out in the trial. It's all from a feeling. It's all from a narrative. It's all from a this. And these are the people that are supposed to be media, like telling us what's going on in the world non-biasedly, giving us the correct information, because most people, and they know this, don't have time to really look into the shit like this. They don't have time to do stuff like that. So they just tweet out shit like this. They get a bunch of retweets. People see them getting retweets, and people equate retweets with the correct opinion. And that's how they go about their day when it comes to this. So here's another one. This is the cringy shit. I hate when people do this shit. They always like create these tweets, these magical tweets about how they're telling their children about certain situations and how it was long and drawn out and their child's reaction was, and they always seem fake and seem like bullshit to me. Just being honest. But this is what he said. Well, that sucked, having to explain the verdict to my kid. Even though I clearly told him what would happen, he still didn't believe me, thinking that I was underestimating the jury. I wasn't, sad face. Sadly, part of growing up black is learning to never underestimate white folks. Next tweet was, he got McDonald's and is feeling better about things. I feel like that should be the an ad for the place. Did you have to tell your child about some awful manifestation of racism today and they're not loving it? ? Tell the counter and we'll sneak in an extra toy into the Happy Meal. So this is a cringy ass tweet altogether. I don't even understand the premise, the point of this tweet. Like, were you really sitting down with your child discussing a self-defense verdict? I just don't get it. I just don't understand why he's doing this. And the thing that I'm noticing is more and more and more, as far as Twitter and tweets, right, when it comes to certain issues, I'm realizing more and more, everybody ain't speaking about these issues the same way. And I'm wondering if there's a reason for that, because whenever you see issues like this, Kyle Rittenhouse, for some reason, this is a racism thing and not just a white guy that killed 3 white people or killed 2 white people and shot 1 white guy. It's become a racism thing. And I've said this many, many times over this entire course of this trial. I feel like a lot of people are just wanting to convict Kyle Rittenhouse, not because he broke the law in any way, which obviously he didn't, not because he actually did something that, like I said, would have broken the law. It's just because people believe that if he was black, he would have got sent to jail. So if that's the case, if that's what we believe would happen, then by golly, let this white kid go, innocent or not. I don't, like I said, we're going to throw innocent people in jail because of an unjust system of what is done to people for years. No, I don't think that's the correct way to go about it. That's just me. It's never been unbiased news. Media always have a motive or agenda and propaganda. That could be true. Like I said, I never really even paid attention to nothing. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Donald Trump is the only reason I know anything about politics, any of that shit. I was growing up, people saying, oh, this person's a conservative or this person's a liberal. But I didn't know what none of that shit meant. I didn't care about no politics. But whenever Trump became president, that's when everything really, became prevalent as everybody kept talking about this shit. So that's where the conversation began to go. But I had explained to my kid the racism in America. Are you saying that, now, if they were honest, right? If they were not even necessarily honest, if they were like, hey, under the law, Kyle Rittenhouse should have been found not guilty. My only issue with this is that I have a feeling that if this was a black kid, he wouldn't have got a fair shake like Kyle Rittenhouse. I would respect that more if that was the case. But it doesn't feel like that's what they're saying here. I would respect that a lot more if you say Kyle Rittenhouse is a white kid. Under the laws of Wisconsin, he was acting in self-defense. But my only fear is that if this was a young black kid in Wisconsin, he would not get the same fair trial. That would be more, honest, in my opinion. We don't know if that's for sure that what would happen, but that would be a little bit more of at least an honest opinion about what happened in Kenosha. The rest of the guys got Tim O'Brien. He said if a black guy walked into Kenosha from out of town with an assault rifle and killed 2 people while severely wounding another, we would have a very different verdict. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. That's what y'all think. Y'all think if it was a black guy, he would be in prison. Y'all don't really think y'all think Kyle Rittenhouse is actually guilty. But y'all want to see him be guilty because y'all think if a black guy was there, he would be guilty. I don't like shit like that. You can't shoot a gun if you're black. Cops will murder you. But my thing is with the Rittenhouse thing. Did the cops see him? Like, because it was like a perimeter thing, right? It was like a perimeter. The police were in this perimeter, and all these protests and all these anti-protesters and all these other people, they were in the middle doing whatever they was doing, right? So did they see him, shoot him, and then just let him run out? We don't even know that. We don't know they actually saw the shooting. They may have heard gunshots and didn't react and didn't run in like they maybe should have, shouldn't have. I don't even know what the fuck they should have, because if you're a police officer, you hear multiple gunshots, you don't know where they're coming from. Do you just run into the line of fire and hopefully you don't get shot? I don't know. So we got another tweet. In this country, you can kill white people and get away with it. If those white people are fighting for black lives, this is the legacy of 1619. I can't say nothing about Anthony Huber and Gage Grosskreutz, right? I don't really know what they were there for, right? So I'm not going to pin this on them. Joseph Rosenbaum was not there for black. He was not there, and that's the thing that ties it together. It's like they were fighting for black lives. Even Jacob Blake's uncle, he got on there and he said, well, that's because they were N-word lovers. Like back in the 40s, white people would still kill N-word lovers, and he's equating these three guys to N-word lovers. They were there fighting for black lives, black prosperity, black this, black that. But like, let's look at this, right? So you tell me Rosenbaum is going to be the guy in the red that I'm about to show. You tell me, do you think this guy was there for Black Lives Matter? Let me know. This is him right here in the red. And listen. He said nigga 3 times. Do you think that guy's there for Black Lives Matter? Come on. That's the only thing that's driving the narrative, that people that think that these guys were there to support Black Lives Matter. We don't even know that. They say Rosenbaum was let out of the jail or a mental institute before he did all this shit. Where's the other clip? This is a lady on the stand talking about Rosenbaum. Let's listen. Let's watch.
I know you guys call him Mr. Yellow Pants, and that's kind of what we called him. He jumped up on the car, and everybody started screaming, "Get off the car," and Black Lives Matter was screaming, and he was shouting, and Rosenbaum started shouting back at us that he's gonna, pardon me, Judge, for saying this and everybody else, but he was gonna kill us.
She been waiting on this moment her whole life.
Motherfucking niggers, and cut our hearts out.
The gentleman on the screen there said that.
Yes.
So this is a witness to the night describing Rosenbaum saying, "I want to kill you motherfucker niggers." And y'all, and my thing is with these people, I don't even think they're bad people. I don't think like no Hannah Jones, like these people who I'm reacting to their tweets, I don't think they're bad people. I just feel like they're like willfully not looking into this at all just for a narrative, right? Because I think because it's easy to do. It's easy to get retweets. It's easy to get notoriety off this. Easy to get a couple more followers off of this. It's easier to do that than to actually look at the case fairly and honestly and be like, you know what? This might not be one we should be fighting on, really. This ain't the one. Like I said, and I played the clip yesterday, right? And I can play it again for you right here if you didn't see it. The guys who shot him out of Arbery, he ran down this whole list. Did he do this to you? No. Did he run at you? No. Did he attack you? No. Did he have a gun? No. Did he have a knife? No. Why did you do this? Was he running? Yes. So he was just running. Yes, he was just running. And they killed him. If those guys get off, then all this rhetoric, country, you could kill black guys and get away with it. You could do this, white supremacy, white this, racist. I'll be right behind y'all with that type of rhetoric. I'll be right behind y'all with that. If those 3 guys in the Ahmaud Arbery case get off, I'll be right behind y'all with that. But when it comes to this is not it. She has some more tweets as well. She said, The person said Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty of all charges against him because Kyle Rittenhouse was not guilty of the charges against him. That's what somebody tweeted. She said, but Trayvon Martin deserved to die because he fought back against an aggressor with no weapon. This is the legacy of white supremacy in action. So once again, we're conflating two things that really don't have that much to do with each other, because Trayvon Martin's situation, very tragic. I do think George Zimmerman should be in jail. One, because if you listen to the phone calls, right, he thinks there's somebody suspicious walking through his neighborhood. He calls the police. The police say to him, do not interact. Do not engage. Just stay in your car. He takes it upon himself to get out of his car, follow Trayvon Martin. He asked what it would like from the phone call that his girlfriend, because Trayvon Martin was on the phone with his girlfriend at the time. She heard him say, like, why are you following me? Then a tussle ensues. Earpiece falls out. She loses connection from him. And he beat up George Zimmerman. They said George Zimmerman's head was cracked. He had 2 black eyes. But then George Zimmerman shot him. That is someone antagonizing someone else to be able to shoot them. They were trying to say Kyle Rittenhouse was antagonizing Rosenbaum and Huber and Grote. They were not antagonizing them, but George Zimmerman was antagonizing Trayvon Martin, killed him, and he got off. I think he should be in jail. But once again, different states got different laws that can screw this and do little shit like this, so that's why they get out. But people keep trying to conflate all these issues to the same thing. And they're not, they're different things. I seen the thing with Tamir Rice. Well, they were saying that, well, he had a gun and he killed 2 people, but he's not dead, but Tamir Rice had a fake gun and he's dead. I get that scenario and I get that situation, but we don't know the information the police received when they seen Kyle Rittenhouse walking out with a gun. Kyle Rittenhouse was walking around with a gun and the police seen him and offered him water earlier in the day, because in Kenosha, you can open carry. Cops cannot shoot you and kill you if there's open carry laws in your state. The thing with Tamir Rice was someone made a call and said there was a kid shooting at people in the park. Police hopped out, shot him, wrongful death, very tragic, 12-year-old, disgusting. But once again, it's a very different scenario. And the best way to confuse and manipulate is just to conflate a bunch of shit into one thing and try to make them seem like they're the same thing, but they're not the same thing. So even if you feel the jury got it right for legal reasons, which, like I said, they got it right for legal reasons, what kind of person are you to celebrate someone who went armed to a protest with an illegal gun and killed 2 people? So it wasn't illegal. That's what I'm saying. They just keep lying. I don't know why people keep lying. Like, stop lying. Just tell the damn truth. That's the only reason. I really don't even care about the Kyle Rittenhouse shit after he got found not guilty, because I thought he was going to be found not guilty regardless after the videos, after the evidence that I watched during the trial. But just to see the aftermath of people still misleading and lying, it's just nasty, because it make you wonder, what else have you been lying about? What else have you been misleading me about all this time? What else is there? So that's what really riles me up. And it'd be these beautiful black people feed into this bullshit. Why? If you just looked at the case, if you just actually watched the trial, you would not come to these conclusions. This is a very nuanced situation, and people are bringing a bunch of arguments and trying to put them together as one. What's up, Hecky? Shout out to you. Hey, and the only argument, not even an argument, but the only position I can honestly get down with in the Kyle Rittenhouse thing is the thought or the notion, and I'm going to say it again, that if all circumstances were correct and Kyle Rittenhouse was black, would he have gotten a fair trial? Because Kyle Rittenhouse got the trial he was supposed to get. He's supposed to be found not guilty in self-defense. I can understand people say, damn, if he was black, he might not have got that. I can understand that. I can understand people's hesitancy in the criminal justice system. I get that. I understand that. But I'm not down with throwing him in jail just because we think, maybe, possibly believe that if he was black, he would be in jail. I'm not with that. So the beautiful, amazing, talented, super talented Kerry Washington, this is what she had to say. Elections matter. The lives of Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber mattered. They should be alive today. Our First Amendment right to free speech should not cost any of us our lives. And regardless of anybody's verdict anywhere in today, black lives do matter today and always. Oh, she's so beautiful. She's an amazing actress. Scandal was amazing. But what the fuck does this have to do with anything? What does the First Amendment have to do with being attacked and shooting? What does that have to? The way that they characterize Rittenhouse, I would have thought he was on some school shooter shit. I would have thought he would have hopped in the war zone and just started blasting for his life, just killing people at random. That's what I would have thought happened if I didn't watch any of this shit and I just read people's tweets and watch fake blog posts going up. I would have thought this kid hopped off a goddamn helicopter, landed in Kenosha, and just started blasting people. That's what I would think if I didn't actually look into it. By shit like our First Amendment right to free speech should not cost any of us our lives. It ain't like they was out there, Black Lives Matter, and then and Rittenhouse, fuck Black Lives Matter. That's not what happened. And I think if you sat these, I wish I had a bigger brand. I wish I wasn't at 7,000 subscribers right now. I wish I was like at 1 million. I wish I was at like 2 million, because I would really want to project to these people. I'd want to sit down with them and be like, okay, hey, let's look at this. Kerry Washington, have you seen this clip before? No, I haven't. Okay, watch this clip, Kerry. Do you think that this is self-defense, or do you think he went here to want to kill people? I show him the videos of him being pulled away because someone needed medical attention and going over to help them. I'll show you that video. Does this look like a sadistic murderer that wants to kill people? What up, Edward Cheese? We in the building. Heck, he said the thing about it, why did he went there with gun though? I mean, if you're watching, like if your thing is I want to go protect something, right? It isn't illegal. Like people say, why does he have a gun? Why? It's not illegal. You can have a gun. Like I can go to Walmart right now with a gun and open carry that motherfucker right now, because I don't know what anybody's gonna do to me. So you can have a gun. The argument is, why do you have a gun? Why? Fuck it. I'm gonna have a gun. It's a part of American Constitution, Second Amendment right. I can have a gun. It doesn't have to be for a purpose. Just because I'm holding a gun doesn't mean I want to kill everybody. I just have it for my personal protection. So the why he had a gun, it's like, who gives a fuck why he had a gun? And we see the people he shot are only people who attacked him. We see that. If you watch the video, you see the only people he killed and shot are people who attacked him. Because if you actually watch the video of the drone footage of him shooting Rosenbaum, he goes back around to stand in the area. He started, I don't know, I'm not going to, he called 911. I don't know who he called. He got on the phone with somebody though. But he didn't shoot him and then run around, who's next? Which Black Lives Matter? He didn't do that. Rosenbaum was running him down. He got trapped in the cars. Rosenbaum said, motherfucker, you ain't gonna do shit. He was chasing him. I just showed you a video of the guy saying, the lady saying, motherfucking niggers, I'll rip your heart out. I just played all the, like, I don't want to be that. Like, I see a lot of conservatives doing this, right? They're like, Rosenbaum is a child rapist. He raped 5 kids anally and from the age of this to this, and he went to prison. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. And I would like to ask them too, would y'all really, like, being murdered, like, those are separate things, right? Okay, the same thing they tried to do with George Floyd is separate things. He had some crimes in his past, but that doesn't dictate what happened in the moment. I get that, right? But y'all are acting off false information, and I'm talking about media people. Y'all are acting off false information to defend a child rapist. Think about that. Y'all are willfully misleading people into the defense of a child rapist. Now, like I said, that situation is indifferent from what happened in Kenosha, but think about that logic. We have the facts, we have the information, but we have to go against this so hard that we are willing to defend a child rapist. Look, heck, he said even know that. No, they don't. No, that's why I say I wish my platform was so much bigger, bro. Because I'd be like, bro, do y'all get it? It's not that he's a child rapist, the fact that he got killed, right? because I know that these are two separate situations, right? A lot of people say, fuck, he got murdered, he's a child rapist. Like, fuck him, right? But my point is that the information y'all are giving about the situation is misleading, which will lead y'all back to just defending a child rapist for no reason. He ran after him and tried to, let me play this shit. My bad, I'm talking loud. AD friend, want all rapists shot, spread the word. I mean, I don't want everybody killed. Like, I'm not saying kill everybody. You should definitely go to prison for a long time. But my point being is, it's just crazy to think about, like, if I told Kerry Washington the facts of the case, and then I told her, hey, Kerry, these are the facts. You were given the wrong information. You put out this tweet. And within the lying of your tweets and the lying of your facts, the way you manipulate it, in turn, you're also defending a guy that raped 5 kids. Do you think she would be like, I don't know if I should be doing that one? What do y'all think that she would do? So let me show you this. This is Chris Cuomo, CNN. He's interviewing Kyle Rittenhouse's attorney. Watch this. Where's the part at?
So, yeah, on Kyle Rittenhouse.
Does he have concerns that maybe he could have done something else? Maybe he didn't have to fire. Maybe he could have fought. Maybe he could have gotten back on his feet. Does he ask himself?
Look at that. Maybe he could have fought. Maybe he could have got back on his feet. I'm not going to play the video again because every time I play the Kyle Rittenhouse shit, they age restrict my shit. But, bro, he fell on the ground. A guy came over the top, tried to drop kick him in his head. Guy comes over the top of the skateboard. Just get up and fight all these people who are attacking you. Like, what are you talking about?
Those questions?
I don't. As to Mr. Rosenbaum, and that was really the count that I think set up this whole case. I told a story earlier, and it's 100% true. The first time I met Kyle, I asked him about Rittenhouse. I hadn't seen that video. And I asked him how big Rosenbaum was. And he said to me, he goes, he was over 6 feet and 250 pounds. Obviously, that was wrong.
Yep.
That was his perception as this individual who was throwing this bag, who he'd seen earlier in the evening, was coming at him. And
I don't know, Trey. You got the notifications on? If you got the notifications on, it should. You should be on that bullshit. They don't be notifying people of everything. I probably need to post this shit more on social media. I mean to interrupt. I just want to salute people in the chat. Salute Charles, the photographer. But we're getting to listen to this bullshit because they cannot just keep it honest.
One, as I said, he had no duty to retreat. But two, Mr. Rosenbaum could have stopped at any time and none of this would have happened. His judgment in running after a person, as he yelled on the tape, and it was clearly visible, you aren't going to do SMFer. And he believed Kyle didn't have the guts to do it. He was wrong and he paid with his life.
Here we go, listen
Well,
to
I
this.
don't know that it's guts. I think it's bad judgment. It was justified under the law. But I think it's hard, and that's why I asked the question, it's hard to believe that somebody chasing you is going to beat you to death.
Why else was he chasing him, Chris?
Probably to get him and beat him up, hurt him. But again...
Like, no, come, please. Like, bro, do y'all, come on. Hey, y'all seen that, right? Y'all see what just happened right here? Like, come on, dog. He said in the same sentence, he said, I don't even need to say, I'm going to let you fucking hear it again. Listen to what he says. I don't think that he was going to beat him up. And then just watch.
Is going to beat you to death.
Why else was he chasing him, Chris?
Probably to get him and beat him up, hurt him. But again,
I don't think he's going to beat you up and hurt you. Well, Chris, what do you think he was going to do? Well, I think he was going to beat him up and try to hurt him. Just be fucking honest, dog. Like, just be honest. You think that he should have shot him in self-defense and keep it pushing. I don't know who's paying these people. I do not know. But I don't understand why it's so hard to be honest. Let's continue.
my problem is with the law here.
Okay.
Look, we don't know what he was going to do. All we know now, we do, because now we know that none of the people involved here ever killed anybody before or are known for that kind of violence. But
now we know that he wouldn't, because you've never killed anybody before, doesn't mean you will kill somebody now. What? Charles, what you talking about? I'm leaving out beat to death? Or you talking about he's leaving out beat to death? Let me know. But anyways, what I'm saying is, he just said they've never killed anybody before. They've never harmed anybody seriously like this before. Let me play it again.
Killed anybody before or are known for that kind of violence. But
they're not known for any type of violence, right? Anthony Huber stabbed his brother and tried to take his mama. Violent, wild, crazy. And I told you Rosenbaum forcibly, anally raped 5 boys before he went to prison. Now, obviously, Kyle Rittenhouse didn't know that. He didn't know that. He ain't got a beaming secret like, oh, rapist, child abuser. He don't have a secret. He didn't know that himself. But for Cuomo to say that to like these guys, just some innocent bystanders that have no criminal history, is insane, because he's, out of anybody, right? When normal people who live a 9-to-5 life don't be knowing facts of case and shit, that don't really bother me. But if you're one of the biggest, most famous people on news, you should know everything. Everything. His first sentence is to death. He was speaking to the use of deadly force, but it doesn't hold up. But my thing is too, is like, bro, I'm not going to, if somebody's chasing me, I'm not going to wait to see if they're going to beat me to death or not. If I have the means to protect myself, I'm going to protect myself. I'm not going to be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't shoot him. Maybe catching me, he'll just beat me up a little bit. Maybe he won't beat me up too much. Maybe he won't steal my rifle and shoot me with it. Maybe he won't. Let's just see. Hell no. No. You trying to attack me? Boom, dead, shot. Sorry. I'm sorry. But that should just like the flip flop is crazy. And then to say that, well, now we know they've never killed anybody, so he probably wouldn't have killed him. And we've seen they haven't done anything violent. He raped 5 little boys. Huber stabbed his brother. Like I said, he doesn't know that. But my thing is, why is he lying? So those were just like, I got other reactions and shit like that. But I want to talk about this real quick, right? Because people on the internet, this is what I said earlier when I said people are conflating things, and like it's just, social media is a cancer. I'm not gonna lie to you. Social media is a cancer. And before I get into it, if you're not subscribed to the channel, we hit 7,000, but now we're on the ground to 8,000. So make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Go follow me on social media as well. They link to the left side right here. Main Instagram, show Instagram, TikTok. I post it on TikTok, but then in Twitter. We can go all those things right there. But anyways, to be the first to the trunk, be the first to call them people. Okay? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's right. But so we all know the case of TK. Does anybody know who TK is, right? Anybody in the chat, do y'all know who TK is? TK is a rapper who became famous because he made a music video and a song called The Race, where he was literally on the run from the police for murders, right? Or for he was tied to people who did murder. I don't think he did the robberies, but I don't think he did the murders, right? So TK reacts to Kyle Rittenhouse verdict after fans call for his freedom. The verdict in Kyle Rittenhouse's case elicited plenty of reactions. People on the right celebrated the fact that he was handed down not guilty verdict, while many others pointed out the double standard in the case. Rittenhouse is off free after killing 2 people and wounding 1 other, and what the jury determined was self-defense. There have been different reactions, specifically from the hip-hop community. Rittenhouse's not guilty verdict ramped up calls for TK's freedom. The Arlington, Texas rapper was sentenced to 55 years in prison for his role in the 2016 murder. Though fans have continuously shown their support for him on social media, once news broke that Rittenhouse beat his case, TK began trending on Twitter as fans argued about the rapper should also been found not guilty. TK would have had to do the race if he had Kyle Rittenhouse, wouldn't have had to do the race If TK can be sent to prison for sitting in a car, then Kyle should be sent for murdering 2 people. They gave TK 55 years, but Kyle Rittenhouse is walking free. You see the racism looks like in our justice system. If Rittenhouse ain't guilty, neither is TK. In the post shared TK's Instagram story, he shared a post from Say Cheese TV that read, "Fans think TK should be free since Kyle Rittenhouse isn't guilty. If Kyle can be free, then so can TK." The rapper didn't actually chime in on the topic of Rittenhouse verdict, but in a subsequent post, he tagged Kim Kardashian to get him off. So if I'm remembering the details of TK's case correctly, him and his crew robbed an old man and killed him. Now, he might not have been the one to pull the trigger. I believe that he's not the one who pulled the trigger. Somebody else pulled the trigger. But when you link to a murder, murder, pretty much everybody is going down. TK was in a car, someone died. TK was part of the robbery, and the man was killed. The fuck. So that was it. Especially, I think he was in Texas too. In Texas, they don't play around with shit like that. If you're in the car, like I was watching Houston legend Slim Thug. He had a podcast. I don't even know if he still does anymore, but he had a podcast, and he had on a former football player from like the 90s or the early 2000s, maybe in the 80s, something like that, around his age range, who was on his way to go to a football scholarship. But one day he decided to hop in a car with some guys, and one of the guys that was driving hopped out the car and killed somebody, right? So he didn't say nothing about it because he was obviously scared. I'm like, what the fuck? I wasn't trying to be in this situation. I was just trying to get a ride somewhere, and you hopped out the car and killed somebody. What the hell do I do? I don't want to snitch on you because, shit, you kill somebody, you might come and kill me. So he didn't say nothing. And then once the police found the other guy and they found out everybody who was in the car, he ended up getting arrested and sentenced to 15 years in prison for being in that wrong place at the wrong time and not saying nothing. So, yeah, that's the TK case. And then it's like he pleaded guilty to aggravated robbery. So he was a part of the robbery. He just wasn't the person who pulled the trigger on the guy. I know a guy right now who's in prison somewhere. He did a robbery with a guy. The guy killed the guy. He didn't kill him, but he was a part of the robbery. And they gave him murder as well. So people just be drumming up shit. There may be some troll shit. Maybe I'm taking it too seriously. But like, if people really think TK should be free because Kyle Rittenhouse should be free, we need to ban social media. I'm sorry. We just need to. Because I used to be like that as well. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to speak on shit I knew nothing about. I used to see one tweet or see one headline and just go off the rails. And this is I used to talk about albums I never listened to. Like, I used to do wild shit just to look cool on the internet. I see everybody's talking about an album. Everybody's saying, "Oh, this album's trash." Yeah, well, shit, I ain't even listen to it, but fuck it. This album's trash as hell. I haven't even listened to the album. I used to do that shit too. And I feel like that's what a lot of people on social media do when they see stories. What's popular? Let me go with that narrative. I want to be in on the fun. The cool kids are talking. The cool kids are getting likes. The cool kids are getting retweets. It's harder to really look into something and be like, damn, what everybody's talking about isn't actually what's going on. But if I say that, I'm not going to be a part of the cool kids table. I'm not going to sit with the cool kids. I'm going to be over here with the outcasts. Even though we telling the truth, it's just cooler to live in this fantasy world right here because that's where everybody's getting adoration from. You know? Let me read some of the comments real quick. So TK and Rittenhouse is not the same situation. These people are idiots. Edward Cheese says, yeah, that accomplished shit is real. My boy went down for armed robbery just for standing outside and running after the shit went down crazy. Flying Low says, I don't see how they relate. True Boss says, listen, man, free TK. True Boss, TK brought the firearms into the crack house to protect the community. D-Friend still rocking Star Wars, but ain't seen a movie, play a game, collect an action figure. I mean, you know, that's how we do. You know, but Star Wars is like it's a cultural thing. This is the thing. I've never commented. This is different, though. I've never commented on Star Wars. I've never said if the movies were good. I've never said if the movies were bad. I just like the memorabilia looks good. That's all. I got some of these books right here I haven't even read yet, but they're going to be read eventually. Out of all these books up here, I ain't going to lie to you, I probably read I'll say about 10 of these books I probably read. I haven't even read all these. But I wouldn't sit here and tell you like this book by David Goggins changed my life. I haven't even fucking read it yet. I just got it from Amazon like 2 days ago. You know? That's what people just be capping and lying. No, I've never. I mean, I've seen Star Wars before, and if David Goggins don't get his ass in this damn thing right, okay, there we go. I've seen Star Wars, right? But I've never actually watched it all the way through. I don't know where to start. There's so many different collections of this shit. I don't even know what's the original, what's the new updated version, what's the this. I know the characters. Like, I know who Luke Skywalker is. I know who C3P or CP3. Who gives a fuck? Chris Paul. I know who that is. I know who. Actually, I don't even know the little robot's fucking name when I'm thinking about it right now. But, I know certain shit. I know Yoda. Everybody knows Yoda. Darth Vader. Lightsabers. Like, the regular shit, right? Just like I've never watched, and I don't know if y'all watch this shit in the chat, but I've never watched, what's that other, like, mystical shit people love? They had a trilogy, Elves, Darkness, the little nigga Schmeagle. What the fuck is that called? Lord of the Rings. Never seen that. But I have seen this. This is all that fucking matters. This is all that matters right here. This is the greatest series of movies that have ever been created right here. I watched each movie, no bullshit, probably 10 times, probably even more than that. But yeah, that's my life, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, man. Star Wars episode number 25 when the lightsaber. I don't fucking know. I don't know what the hell happened. Revenge of the Sith. When I saw that, I don't fucking know. People be lying. People just be capping. People just be saying shit they don't know nothing about, just to fit in and be cool. That's how they do, though. But anyways, I'm gonna react to these two videos. We back on the Rittenhouse shit, just because it's just funny. It's just comical to me. I never seen Potter. You've never seen Harry Potter? Never mind, I ain't gonna take it. You the producer of the shows. I ain't gonna take it about here. But the fact that you have not seen any Harry Potters, now that's blasphemous. Star Wars, I don't give a fuck. We in space, Star Wars bullshit. I don't give a fuck. Lord of the Rings, Hobbits, whatever bullshit. I don't care about that. But look, I got Boom. We talking about Boom. We here, come on, man. We here with it. Don't play. We ain't new to this. We true to this Harry Potter shit. We ain't fucking around over here, big dog. But anyways, let me bring it really back. Salute everybody in the chat. Salute all the people that's watching here on YouTube or watching on Twitch. Appreciate everybody. Let's get to this. This is a lady named Amber Ruffin. Now, I don't know who this is. I just seen this clip went super viral. Like, it had 180,000 likes. It had 50,000 retweets. All type of shit. Yo, Charles, did you read the books? Them books thick. Yeah, he didn't read the books. Heard you looking for a new producer. The reason Charles Edward Cheese is our top donator of all time. That's why he is a producer of this show, and he is also the producer of Absolute Sure Podcast unofficially, right? He's like the unofficial executive producer. He might even be the goddamn financier of everything that we do over here on this channel for the past month and a half. So salute to him. Salute to everybody watch. You ain't got to pay to watch. You ain't got to do that. But if you find the inkling out of the kindness of your heart to support the show, you can either do a super chat or you can do it right there. We got Cash App, D-Friend1. Just however you feel the giving spirit flows through you. I might need to grab this. TD Jakes books right here and figure out how to get offerings like he do. Like, I get to praying over your life and wish you spiritual success or whatever, right? But anyways, back to the shit. So this is Amber Ruffin. She has a show. It's on Peacock. Just watch the shit. Like I said, it went viral. Had fucking 150,000 likes, 50,000 retweets. Let's just watch.
You guys, because I have my own show, I have a responsibility to say things that people need to know that aren't being said.
I've already seen this, so I'm laughing. Because I have a responsibility to get on my show and say something that is not being said by anybody else except everybody else that's on the mainstream media, except for everybody on Fox News and whoever's on the right. But let me continue.
It's a cool opportunity that I don't take lightly. There are very big, obvious truths that no one wants to say on TV, but I will. Now, just a few minutes before we started taping the show, Kyle Rittenhouse, the man accused of shooting 3 people during a Black Lives Matter protest, was declared not guilty on all charges. So, I can't believe I have to say this, but
the slow zoom, the dramatic. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it.
it's not okay for a man to grab a rifle, travel across state lines, and shoot 3 people and then walk free. It's not okay for the judicial system to be blatantly and obviously stacked against people of color. It's not okay for there to be an entirely different set of rules for white people. But I don't care about Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't care about that racist judge.
Why is it? My thing is, where do you get these things from? Why is the judge racist? Now, I'm not saying, I don't know if he is or not, but I'm asking, where do we see that at? Why are we calling them racist? Like, just if anybody can show me, and I've looked for it, I'll try to find, maybe there's a past case where he did something, maybe he said the N-word in the 50s, maybe he wanted to keep segregation back because he's old as hell, maybe he wanted to do that. Where did it happen? Why is he racist? I want to know. Like, seriously, why is he racist? Like, legitimately. Is he a grand wizard of the Ku Klux? Like, legitimately. Not no bullshit. Legitimately. No, but what if even if he was tripping, how does that make him racist? This is a white kid, right, who shot 3 white people. This is all white motherfuckers in the room. Okay, the blacks thing, that might have been a slip of the tongue from the Civil War. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a slip of the tongue from the Civil War. That was a slip of the tongue from Jim Crow. That was a slip of the tongue from segregation. But I don't think that makes him a racist. I don't know if he's a racist because of it. He said some dumb shit. He may have misstepped in his words, but I don't know if he's a racist. Now, I did bring it up. That was a little funny, and that was wild. And when she says cross state lines, she's saying Kyle Rittenhouse lives in Illinois. This took place in Wisconsin. But they use that narrative of like crossing state lines as if he traveled a journeyless travel across America to come to Kenosha. From where he lives to Kenosha is probably like 30 minutes. Just like if you live in New York and you go to Jersey or some shit. It's just like if someone lives in New York and something happens in New Jersey and I'm going to go over to New Jersey to help protest with people in New Jersey, he crossed state lines to get to New Jersey. He's like, bro, it's 20 minutes away. Like his grandma lives there in Kenosha. His daddy lived in Kenosha. He used to work in Kenosha. This isn't a foreign land to him, right? I'm trying to give you all the correct information so you can have all the factual information. Yes, technically he did from where he lives cross state lines, but he crossed state lines into a place that he's very, very familiar with. I don't think Wisconsin, Illinois is like Texas. Texas, to get from Houston to get to like El Paso, that's like a 14-hour drive. I got to travel, and I'm still in Texas. Motherfuckers on the East Coast can be through 4 states in 13 hours. So it's different. But let me let her finish her before she start crying.
And I don't care about how up that jury must be. White people have been getting away with murder since time began. I don't care about that. I care about you. And I can't believe I have to say this, but you matter. You matter. Every time one of these verdicts come out, it's easy to feel like you don't, but I'm here to tell you that you do. You matter. You matter so much that the second you start to get a sense that you do, a man will grab a gun he shouldn't have in the first place and travel all the way to another state just to quiet you. That's the power you have. So don't forget it.
Who is she talking to? He killed white people. Who is she talking to? Is she talking to black people? Does she think he killed black people? Like, does she think he killed black people? I'm just tired of it, bro. They just be lying, like making up shit. Maybe she's not even lying. Maybe she just doesn't know what she's talking about. Maybe that's the case, right? Let me look this up. Google Maps. Let me Google Maps this. Because maybe I'm tripping. But when I know his grandma lived in Kenosha. I know his dad. I'm not tripping on that. But maybe I'm lying about the distance. Maybe I'm lying about the distance. I know she ain't talking about Rosenbaum. Is she talking to Rosenbaum? Kenosha, Wisconsin. Right now I'm doing a little bit. Rittenhouse lived. Okay, I want to just show people that, right? Because I feel like I've heard that it's only 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes away. So Kenosha, I don't want to search. I want to do a maps. Here we go. Anatoc, Illinois to Kenosha, Wisconsin. Brace yourself, people. From Anatoc, Illinois to Kenosha, Wisconsin is a nice, easy breezy 32-minute drive. This is everybody's cross state lines. Motherfucker, this is like in any big major city going from the suburbs to get to downtown. It take me 30 minutes to get there. The way they make it seem like I said, they make it seem like he drove from Alaska to Wisconsin, or he drove from New York to California. Like, huh? It's 30 minutes away. That's quick. He left the riot, traveled home, and was still turning himself into Illinois less than an hour after the shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 30 minutes away. And then it was nighttime, so this might be like midday traffic type shit. I'm thinking about moving to Texas, bro. If you had your pick, where would you move? Because all these have different vibe, right? Dallas, Austin, Houston, San Antonio. True at Cheese, the judge is the oldest judge in the county, but the case was bogus, and he probably was annoyed when he can clearly see it's a witch hunt for the prosecutor to get his name out there. If I was gonna move somewhere, you got $10 million for the crib. Shit, 10 mil, that's a good bag. God damn. Say, hey, you got to link with me. Hey, link me. Put me on. I wouldn't have to be. I love doing this shit, but like, you talking about $10 million for cribs and shit. Link me, big dog. Link it. Show me the way. I got a family. I'm doing good right now, but like, I ain't 10 mil for a house good. But I ain't gonna lie. I might be biased because I'm from Houston. I like Houston. Houston's nice, good culture, good food, lovely people. You know, crime's getting a little wild, but still lovely people. I don't know too much about Dallas. I don't know. Like, even San Antonio, like when I go to San Antonio, the only reason I go to San Antonio is like to go to, like, they got Six Flags and some shit up there. Like, I mean, you hear what Charles Barkley say. Charles Barkley say they got ugly women in San Antonio. I don't know if that's true, you know, but 10 mil in Texas, bro, you can get you hella land, a nice crib. Like, you can live good off 10 million in Texas. Shit, you be A-okay, big dog. They say come to Dallas. I think Cammy Music is from Dallas. I don't know too much about Dallas. I've driven to Dallas a couple times. It's probably about 3.5 hours from Houston. I don't really know, you know, the living scenario. I feel like you probably live like maybe in, I don't know, what you live in, Fort Worth or Arlington, some shit like that, maybe somewhere out the way. For 10 million, I don't really know. You know? So, you know what I'm gonna do right now? We're gonna have some fun real quick. Stay tuned. This is the end of the podcast. Everybody appreciate listening to the podcast, subscribing, all those things like that. This is the end of the podcast. Right now, for the rest of the stream, we're about to try to find Charles Edward Cheese a crib in Texas. We'll be make sure you subscribe to the channel, all that good shit. See you guys in the podcast later. Peace. All right. Let's see. Charles Edward Cheese. You want to live in Texas? Let's have fun. We're kicking it now. Now we're just kicking it. Let's see. Let me see. 7704. Let me see. That's just a random ass zip code. Ain't my zip code. Don't come look for me. I've been to Austin, but that's a college town. Yeah, Austin's, you know, Austin is Austin. It's not, you know. Austin is where like all the California people are going to. So if that's where you want to be, then that's where you can reside. If that's where you want to reside. So I'm on Zillow right now. Let's peep it out. We're trying to find Charles Edward Cheese a crib. Now, let me see. 5 million. Let's remove the boundaries. So here we go. Let's help them out, guys. Let's help them out. This is in Houston by Buffalo Bayou Park. This is probably like the rich neighborhood. This is like River Oaks. A lot of older homes here, but nice land, nice beautifulness. Let's find Charles Edward Cheese a crib. Right? So we got this beauty for $8.4 million. Save you like $1.5 million. Let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know if you think Charles Edward Cheese should take ownership of this very beautiful home. Got 12,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 10 baths. Very, very beautiful home. Look, they got a movie theater. Now, I don't know if you capping about $10 million. Don't be having me look at you for a crib being a real estate agent if you bullshitting. But, nice home. What are you doing? No, I'm on live. Because you just came in here staring at me. You want to come on and say hello? Okay. Yeah, I'm on live. We're looking for Charles Edward Cheese house. Now I'm on this live just hanging out with the people in the live chat. This is our 7,000 subscriber special. He said he got this is the guy who be giving all the money, right? He said he's trying to find a house in Houston for $10 million. So we're just talking shit. But anyways. Were you reading it? Oh. I'm not trying to hate on Houston because I cordially hate on Texas, but Houston is wet, humid, and a certain smell. I lived in Texas, so it isn't blind hate. LOL. I'll be a personal driver for $100K with benefits, and I ride with that thing. Actually, you know what? We're going to do this another time because my camera's about to die and my family's home. So I appreciate everybody for watching, subscribing, being here for 7,000 subscriber special. What'd you do that for? I'll be back. I'll probably be off tomorrow. Sunday I won't be here, but Monday we'll be back. More discussions, more fun, all that good shit like that. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Make sure you follow on the social medias listed to my left right here. I'll see you guys next time. It's your buddy, friend.